I know a lot of you were anticipating Nexon's version of Final Fantasy XI. I think it was titled Final Fantasy XI-R. It took Final Fantasy XI, which has been a PC MMORPG, all of this time, and completely overhauled it, remastered it, and re-released it on mobile as a mobile MMO. Before we jump into the video though, I want to quickly talk about today's sponsor, one of the largest, most beloved MMORPG IPs of all time with millions of players worldwide, Ragnarok. Yeah, you guys have all played this. You all know the depth that Ragnarok Online allowed for, so it comes as no surprise there would be another brand new title to sink your teeth into. Ragnarok Labyrinth is a brand new mobile MMORPG that aims to capture the cute aesthetic of the original and take you on an adventure through various different fields and dungeons, allowing you to group up with other players to combat dangerous bosses, all the while growing into a hero powerful enough to being the very best like no one ever was. Was that too much? Maybe that was too much. Much like its predecessor, Ragnarok Labyrinth allows for you to play as a variety of different jobs, providing second and third level advancements and a surplus of customization options, giving you plenty of freedom over your avatar. If this sounds like something that you might be interested in, make sure to go ahead and click the link in the description in the pinned comment below to be taken directly to the game. Additionally, we have some pretty sick goodies to give away as well using our code LabyrinthG, like a costume box and free money, so make sure to take advantage of that while you can. Now, as of March 23rd, according to a massively OP article, Nexon and Square have canceled the Final Fantasy XI-R mobile MMO, citing an insufficient level of creative differentiation. So this game in specific was announced all the way back in 2015. So that was a long time ago. It has been in active development for a long time now, and I know Nexon has repeatedly mentioned that they are continuing to work on it and development has been moving along, but at the same time we haven't really heard anything about it. People thought that they had just given up on it, and oh wow, that was unexpected, just like the shutdown of this was. But admittedly, they were not incorrect. The game has since been abandoned, and they are no longer working on developing this game for mobile devices, and you know what? That is probably for the best. Now, they go on to state, Nexon and Square Enix have made the mutual decision that our work on Final Fantasy was not showing the level of creative differentiation that we think our players expect from the Final Fantasy franchise. So, rather than releasing a game that did not break new creative ground, we have agreed to halt the project and redeploy our creative teams on the other projects. We think this reflects us taking a very hard look at every project we do and focusing on the things that we believe in, which includes in large part Nexon's own intellectual property, which we think is very powerful. When you go through the creative process, sometimes you can get the core of the fun and sometimes you're not able to get there. I would classify our relationship with Square Enix as enormously respectful. I have respect for their creative teams, we work very closely together, but we made the decision to protect the value of their IP and to focus our resources on what we think were higher and better uses. And essentially what this means is that the game was being developed, and it was being developed in a way that neither company was happy with. Nexon wanted it to be one way, Square Enix wanted it to be another way. Neither of them were happy with how each other wanted things, so they just ended their partnership of 5 years, 5 whole years, 6 years actually, it's 2021 now. Their partnership of 6 years, they ended, and their teams are already working on other games. So for those of you that were anticipating playing Final Fantasy XI-R, the mobile MMORPG, yeah, that's it. It is done. You're never gonna get it. It may be for the best because this was theoretically going to be released by Nexon, and we all know how Nexon games, especially Nexon MMOs, turn out. This would probably not have the Final Fantasy polish on it, but I mean, all we can do here is be disappointed that Nexon have canceled yet another game and move on to greener pastures and better things. Anyway guys, that is unfortunately everything I had to talk about with regards to Final Fantasy XI today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, or if you didn't enjoy the news, then I'm sorry. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.